And that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can't get this one. That there looks pretty good, JJ.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now the last part of this on the fly, you always want to keep tension on your bobbin. Okay? The last part of this is we got to tie in the thorax, which is the head. So we use, caddis heads are usually black. So we use some black ice dubbing to tie in the head. See how I'm doing that?
Mm-hmm.
You getting this on camera?
Yep.
So we want to do that. Your daddy's been tying for a while. You want to fool the fish into thinking that this is a real caddis larva. And so if it don't look natural, and of course with the nymph you can't have any drag. That's one thing your Pawpaw Steve hasn't figured out yet. When he's nymphing,
Yeah.
you can't have any drag in your line. You know, you just can't. I went fishing with Pawpaw Steve one time, and I caught 30-something trout, and he didn't catch none.
That is really bad whenever it comes to negative numbers. Really bad.
So that is a caddis emerger. Now you have to take your whip finisher, okay? I don't like that one. Where's my other one? Not that one, okay. This is my favorite. This is your whip finisher. The whip finisher, you have to, it cinches the line onto the hook. And you do that by taking the whip finisher, grabbing the line on this end, and then grabbing like that. Make a triangle, like a right angle triangle. Do 1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns, and pull down. Now you don't have to do it a bunch, but usually I like to thread mine at least twice or 3 times, just so I know that the thread's not going to come loose when I'm fishing. So there you go, and then you snip. Can you zoom in on that fly, JJ?
I've already been zooming in on it.
See that fly?
Mm-hmm.
That's a caddis emerger coming out of its casing, and that fly right there will catch fish. You see it?
Alright, let me zoom back out. Yep.
Hand tied by your dad. Now another fly we can tie real quick, and that catches a lot of fish. Caddis pupa are everywhere. All over the south, out west, this pattern works everywhere. Now this pattern is a secret pattern that Dad came up with.
So you can make up your own to where it's like better.
This is a very effective fly. This is called the caddis. Well, John Thomas came up with it. John Thomas was a good friend of mine. He moved to Elizabethton, Tennessee, but he taught me how to nymph fish.
Well, your nickname's John.
Yeah, well, JT he's probably one of the best fishermen that I've ever had the pleasure of knowing. And just a good old...
Besides Alan?
Big old burly man. He was huge. JT probably 6'7", 280.
6'7".
Solid muscle. He was a big guy. We went on a lot of fishing trips and stuff with our Trout Unlimited group.
Was he scared of anything?
He had a landscape business and he sold it and moved to Tennessee. This is Jonathan Mead's ice dubbed caddis. Very effective fly. Very effective. Now, when you have a lot of that frizz from the dubbing, you can just take your fingers and just gently pull it like this and just get some of that excess off. But you want the sparkle to be there, and then you want to wrap to the eye of the hook, wrap back, not a whole lot because you don't want to And then you just take some black ice dubbing and you dub the head, and that's it. And that's a green cat caddis. Compliments of your dad. Thank you, John Thomas, because this fly works everywhere I go. This is my main fly, and then I use the emerger as the dropper. So we put the dubbing on like this. And it does the same thing as the ice dubbing. You just want to get in front of it a little bit. Just pull the excess off. Wrap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there you go. Whip finish and you're done.
And so
that's a pretty quick fly to tie, but it's very effective. I've caught a lot of trout on this pattern. You don't want to be out on the stream without at least 10 of these in your fly box. I got a ton of them, but I like tying these.
well, you can make a ton of them in at least seconds.
Trim off the excess and voila. There's your green cat caddis. Now don't go telling anybody about my secrets.
I'm not.
Got it?
Got it.
Well,
All
that'll
right.
do it for this chapter of Mead Fly Tying Extravaganza. We're glad you joined us. Remember, practice catch and release. And always, always clean up after you leave the stream. Leave it like you found it. When all else fails, zoom in on my box, JJ. You've got certain flies that work. These flies are very easy to tie and they're really effective. I've caught some of my biggest rainbows, a 28-inch off of these Caddis emerger patterns. They're not hard to tie. They're a lot of fun and catch a lot of fish. Till next time, this is Big J signing off.